Dry brining steak is one of the easiest ways that you can add flavor without much work. You salt the steak, leave it in the refrigerator for 24 hours uncovered, and you will have the most flavorful steak you've ever had. Growing up, my dad did a lot of grilling. On Friday night, we would have steak pretty much religiously. I love a grilled steak, but I've never gotten to the habit of grilling anything at all. I love cast iron and I love stainless steel, and that's how I like to prepare my steaks, especially on a rainy day like this when you can't get outside to grill anyway. Yesterday, I salted 2 steaks, left them in the refrigerator uncovered, allowed the salt time to draw moisture out of the steak, soak into the steak, and draw the moisture back in. I'm blotting off the juice from the steak with paper towels. One reason we dry brine is because it sets you up for a better crust. Excess moisture causes meat to steam when it hits the hot pan. A dry surface allows the steak to brown more effectively, creating that deep golden crust and rich flavor that makes a great steak so satisfying. At this point, I'm seasoning the steak with Redmond real salt. You can also use Himalayan pink salt, sea salt, or a good gray salt. What I don't recommend is using iodized table salt. It tends to have a harsher, more metallic flavor that can come through in the finished steak. Once the steak is salted, it goes into the refrigerator uncovered for at least 24 hours or up to 48 hours. During that time, the salt does a few important things. First, it seasons the meat all the way through instead of leaving the flavor sitting only on the surface. Second, it draws out moisture, which helps concentrate the natural beef flavor and gives you a more intensely beefy steak. I showed you a video of what the steaks looked like originally. Now I'm going to show you what the steaks look like after 24 hours with salt. As you can see, the steaks got a lot redder. They're dry, they're firm to the touch, and they're ready to go on the grill. We are not going to rinse any of this salt off. That really defeats the whole purpose. So we're going to leave these as they are. Kevin likes his steak to be more at a medium, and I prefer it still mooing, but I'll settle for medium rare. So I'm going to let each of our steaks do their own thing in a pan so we don't overcook one or undercook the other. You get it. Now, this is where things get a little tricky for me personally. I don't know what it is, but I always create so much smoke when I'm cooking. Not everything, but these steaks, I do. So, bear with me. Bear with me because I understand you don't want your house filled with smoke, but at the same time, these are so good that it's kind of like, We've got the skillets preheating. I'm going to add a little bit of oil to it, a little bit of butter to it. Cook, set a timer, flip, and rest. Resting is so important because when you're putting hot meat on the pan, all of the water molecules inside the meat are charging up really fast. They're going. Now, if you put it on a plate and immediately cut it, those molecules are still moving. So they're going to gush out of your steak and make it dry. If you put it off to the side to rest for 5 to 10 minutes, the heat comes down, the molecules slow down, and when you cut into the steak, it's not so actively wanting to dispel all of those beautiful juices. If your steak looks like it has some water molecules on the top of it, just take a paper towel and dry it off to the best of your abilities. Now we've already salted these. We do not need to add any more salt unless you want these to be super salty, which I do not recommend. I'm also not going to add pepper until either the very end or when I've rested them. I don't want anything to burn. And trust me when I say I'm about to cause a smoke storm in my kitchen. I don't need anything else burning. At least the flavors. Like, I can handle a little smoke in my kitchen. I just don't want to eat the burnt flavor, you know? I've got my 2 skillets set up. This skillet is fresh and clean. I just made mushrooms and onions in this one. And I'm not about doing extra dishes, so I'm just going to let that be okay. The first thing I'm going to add is just a little bit, a tablespoon. I forgot for a second that this was my super hot burner, and so 5 on this skillet versus 5 on this skillet are a different situation. So I turn the heat down. I'm letting the oil kind of heat up, trying not to start a fire. I've done that before. And I don't want the butter to burn, so I'm trying to make sure that we don't just like combat fire with fire by adding butter on top of smoking oil. But honestly, hopefully this will be good for Kevin because he does really love a steak cooked more than I do. Now we're trying to get a crust on our steak. That is the whole point. We want a nice crust. So we need high heat. The butter. we're going to add the steaks. Mine I'm going to do for 5 minutes on each side and then let rest. And Kevin's is going to go for 6. Make sure the steak is on the middle of the burner, just so you're getting that heat evenly and consistently throughout. Okay, it's been 5 minutes. I'm going to flip my steak. I'm going to look at the crust. I'm going to give Kevin's another 30 more seconds, and then we're going to flip his. Okay, Kevin's has been going for 6 minutes on this side. Let's see what his looks like. We're going to let this go for another 5 minutes, 5 to 6 minutes on each side. We'll let them rest and get to eating. Okay, so mine has had 5 minutes on this other side. I'm actually going to flip it because I'm hoping we got better browning. On the other side. Ah, yes. That is what I want to see. So I'm putting it on this plate to rest. All right, now we're going to remove Kevin's. And it's looking great. Okay, so they're both on this platter. We're going to let them rest for 5 to 10 minutes and then start eating. Okay, the steaks have been resting for 10 minutes. I'm going to cut it into it and show you what it looks like. All right, so my steak went over what I was intending, but it's still going to taste great. All right, and cooking dry brine steak is just as easy as that. You salt it, you leave it in the... Kevin likes his steak to be more of a medium, whereas I'm a medium rare gal. Okay. Kevin likes his steak to be medium, whereas I'm more a medium rare. What am I going to call myself? Okay. So we've got this. When you're putting meat on a pan, all of them I feel like I'm going to get to the editing process and realize I missed a lot of what I need to say. So. Okay, chill. Chill, bro. Alright, so that got away from me there for a second. Well, dang, burst my bubble. You know, honestly, I was hoping for a bit more, but what are you gonna do?